Hello home bosses, today I want to share a personal story with you, how I went from struggling with a jewelry business and a garden blog to building a self-publishing business that changed my life. It's been quite the journey and I'm excited to take you through the ups and the downs and the key moments that got me where I am today. So grab a cup of coffee or tea and let's dive in. A few years ago, my husband and I decided to make over our garden at our small home in South London. We had so much fun turning a neglected patch of grass into something beautiful that I decided to start blogging about. My blog, Sweet Life and Lemons, was born out of that passion, and I gave myself a year to make it work. But as hard as I worked, the results weren't great. Then one day, while researching for my blog, I found this article about self-publishing and the idea that I could make a living publishing books that I didn't even have to write. I was intrigued. I looked into it deeper and I just knew I had to give it a try. My very first self-publishing project was a children's budgeting logbook, and the idea really appealed to me, but I had no clue what I was doing at the time. I was using PowerPoint to create my book because it was the only tool I felt comfortable with from my previous job. I Googled everything, I joined Facebook groups, and I learned as much as I could. And the moment I clicked publish was both terrifying and exciting at the same time. I kept creating more books after that, planners, notebooks, and slowly but surely I started to learn the ropes, all while following some amazing YouTubers like Keith Wheeler Books, Rachel Harrison Sand, and Rob Cubbon, and a few other people as well. I tell you what was difficult though. Learning new skills, that was tough for me. I'm not the most tech-savvy person, and I had to be really patient. I wanted things to happen fast, but self-publishing isn't like that. It requires time and constant learning and constant adaptation. And when I thought I had something figured out, platforms like Amazon and Canva changed everything. So that was really frustrating. And I also wasn't making any sales at first, which made me doubt myself. I had already let go of my jewelry business and my blog, and I thought, is this going to fail now after I've given all of that up? But I kept going because I just enjoyed creating the books, and I just had a feeling that eventually this would work. But there were many moments when I could have just given up because I really didn't think I was making any progress at times. And I'm glad I didn't give up now because, of course, now the story is very different. I always had a feeling that it was going to work and I didn't give up. The real turning point came after Christmas. I started self-publishing in November 2019, so I was lucky enough to catch the Q4 sales surge. But it wasn't life-changing yet. Then in early 2020, I had a light bulb moment while browsing through a local Waterstone bookstore. I saw a prompted journal that I loved and I thought, I can create something like this. I went home, researched similar books, read the feedback and made improvements based on what customers were asking. And I designed a patterned cover inspired by a cookbook I had, and the result was something I was incredibly proud of at the time. And little by little, the sales came in. In May 2020, I hit a huge milestone because I made my first $1,000 per month. And when that happened, I just knew it could work and I kept pushing forward. And after I earned that first $1,000 a month, I invested as much as I could back into the business. I invested in different tools like Tangent Templates and Publisher Rocket, and I even started running ads, though it took some trial and error to figure out what worked. And I kept publishing and experimenting with different strategies. And it paid off. Self-publishing allowed me to create multiple income streams and scale my business over time. And self-publishing didn't just change my career, it completely changed my life. My husband has even been able to leave his full-time job to join me in this business, and we now work together creating books. It's given us the freedom to live life on our own terms, and we're no longer tied to traditional work schedules, and that flexibility is priceless. And on a personal level, self-publishing gave me a sense of accomplishment and confidence. I built something from scratch, and now I'm able to share that knowledge with others. My biggest piece of advice to anyone starting out is don't give up. There were so many moments when I wanted to quit, but I'm so glad I didn't. Success in self-publishing takes time. It takes patience, it takes persistence, and you need to invest in the right tools and learn as much as you can. And above all, believe in yourself, because if I can do it, you can do it too. So what is your story so far? Let me know in the comments. Let's talk about where we all are on our journey, and let's see if we can encourage each other to stay on track. I'd love us all to have a conversation about it and get to know each other more. So let's talk about it. Let's hear what your journey is and tell me all about it in the comments. I'd really love to know at what stage you all are, and I hope that my story has kind of shown you that it's not a quick way to earn money, but it's definitely worthwhile. And I had many moments where I would have given up, but I'm so glad now that I didn't. So thank you so much for watching and for joining me on this journey. If you are thinking about starting your own self-publishing business, just remember, it's possible. It might take time, but with hard work and perseverance, you can make it happen. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.